people who are interested in this Sterling by Music Man Majesty. I just was on the Sterling website, and there's my buddy Josh Allen and my buddy Fluff, and they post their videos. I don't think this video will make it on there. I have loads of positive things to say, but I also have things to say that are questioning the idea. Therefore, you will not see this video there unless they're super cool. Who knows? Who knows how cool Sterling by Music Man is? So, I have reviewed several of the Majesties. When first I wanted to hate them. They're extremely expensive and they're weird looking. But then you play one and you realize that it's a re-envisioning that Music Man and Petrucci had for what a guitar should be like in terms of ergonomics, in terms of sounds. It's not a Strat, it's not a Les Paul, it's not a Tele, it's none of these. The Majesty, the expensive one, starting at $4,500, going up to $7,000. I don't even know how the pricing happens, but what happens is the magnetic pickups are very round, very, in a way, undefined when you play them clean. However, when you then play them with drive sounds, they are super precise and they have this beautiful attack, and I don't know how that happens because it's not evident when you play them clean. But then up here you have the switch to go to the piezo. That is how you say that, by the way. It's not a pizza pickup, it's not a piezo, it's a piezo. Maybe a little bit of that, it's a piezo pickup. I don't know, that's very offensive to some people. It's a piezo. So what happens is on the cleans, you mix that in, go in the middle, have both, mix it in with the knob in the back, and then you have these really crystal clean, the roundness from the magnetics, the crystal cleanness, spikiness from the piezo. That is beautiful. And that is the magic of the Majesty. And of course, that piezo system is what drives up the price. The trem system, which is specifically developed and made for Music Man and Petrucci, drives up the price. All these things. It's an expensive guitar, but you guys love it because you're buying the shit out of it. Now, I was like, wait a second, a Sterling version? For almost $2,000, made in Indonesia? How does that make sense? And that's the first thing I would start bitching about it without having played it. It's like, an Indonesian guitar for 1,900 euro? That doesn't make an awful lot of sense because at 1,900 I can buy pretty damn high-end shit. I can buy Ibanez Prestige made in Japan. I can buy like an RG Prestige, great guitar, Fishman Fluence, all that shit. The 5000 series, yeah. It feels like for $2,000, or almost $2,000, I'm buying a lower range copy of the thing I really want, when from another brand, I can buy the real deal at $2,000 and there is nothing high end. You know what I'm talking about? It kind of feels off. However, an Ibanez RG with Fluence isn't a Majesty. Not with pickups and all that stuff, but just the whole feel of the instrument cannot be duplicated by any other guitar, even within the Music Man range. Yes, you can buy many guitars. You can buy a Les Paul type guitar from Maybach. Great guitar. Is it a better guitar than this? Maybe. Maybe in terms of craftsmanship, maybe in terms of origin, maybe it's got, I don't know what pick, but it's not a Majesty. And this is kind of the point here. If you want a Majesty, you either fork over as much as you would for a small car, or you get this one. Those are your two options. So now let's look at this as a Majesty, not as a, oh my god, it's an expensive guitar in where it comes from and all that stuff. So it is made in Indonesia, but it's got a serial number. Let's go through a couple of the stats here. The reason why this is one of the more expensive ones, and I don't understand why that is a reason, because pickups aren't that expensive, but it has the original pickups. I'm going to look that up because I don't know what they're called. It's got the liquefier and the crunch lab. Apparently, they are the two magnetic pickups that are actually in the Majesty. Another thing is, oh my god, the tops. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, I mean, look at it. I don't know if this is an actual top or if this is a veneer. Comes in cerulean paradise, which is actually even more stunning than this. Royal red, fuck that. Or majestic purple, which is what that is. The body wood is mahogany and Nayeto. Neck wood, 3-piece mahogany. So let's go into this. It is not a Majesty in the sense of how it's built. The neck is 3-piece mahogany. I think on the Majesty Tiger Eye, the middle strip is actually maple. So within the Majesty range, there are differences. So this is 3 pieces. This heel joint here, whatever, that transition is as beautiful as on the Majesty. But if you look in the back, you can clearly see that it's a 3-piece body, right? We can see that right here. That's a piece, and then very clearly that's a piece. So the middle is separate. However, you can see on the heel joint there that the neck is not part of that middle piece. And that's one of the things, they're not claiming it is, they're in no way claiming, but on the Majesty, it is actually a neck-through design, and then the sides are tagged on. Which is why when you do a neck-through design with mahogany, but you want some attack, they decided to put a strip of maple in the middle. Makes total sense. This is 3-piece mahogany neck. It's a 3-piece body. Body, mahogany and Nayeto. Which is which? Tough to say because they look similar. I'm going to say maybe this is Nayeto, these are mahogany. But they're similar kinds of woods. But why make it a 3-piece body when the neck isn't neck through? It makes no sense. It's a set neck, but it is not the design of the Majesty. That's what I'm saying. So be warned, that's different. I'm pretty sure the Majesty has the compensated nut, which this doesn't. Does it say what the nut is? Doesn't. That could be Tusk. GraphTech Tusk. Locking tuners, no name. They're okay. They're not mind-blowingly brilliant. Oh my god, I can't believe they're the best tuners in the world, but they do their job. It has a volute, as any decent guitar should have. And since the neck is a little bit more sporty than other Music Man guitars, the volute is a good idea because it's an angled headstock and all that. Again, visually, with a matching headstock and that color and that stripe, it comes across as a very high-end guitar. You see this thing bumbling around. I don't like this at all. Oh, I know I don't like it. Sorry, that's my fault. There's a little screw that's actually missing. I took this out of the gig bag that came from the distributor. It was here for Gear Street. That's nobody's fault. That actually would be rather tight, I hope. But that screw is missing. So right now that's just really loosely in there. You're going to get yours with a screw. We have the truss rod adjustment right here. That's great. We have the little spades or bullets. We don't know what they are. We have the JP logo. Not the Dream Theater logo, but the JP logo. The big trem missing, and this being a more standard sterling trem. Okay, I'm thinking at 1900, they could have put the big trem on there. I'm sorry, but that cannot be so expensive that on a 1900 euro guitar, which is in no way an affordable instrument, okay? It's more affordable than the big one, but it's not affordable. Most people don't spend that much money on guitars. It should have the original trem. This is sunk in, and it does go in both directions. But at that price, give us the real thing. Again, the pickups are the real deal. We have no piezo system, which is fine, but that also means the guitar has to have a little bit more magnetic attack on its own because you can't mix in the piezo system. It does have a push-push, which is admirable, recommendable, applaudable, that's the word, for a, I think, 3 dB boost, if you want that. Playability and ergonomics are unique to the Majesty and are as good as the Majesty. If you told me this is a Majesty, I'd be like, yes, it is. Okay? It's a little bit, always a little bit with the head going down, because the body is considerably smaller than on most guitars. But, well, the upper horn goes up here, so when it's on a belt, I was going to say on a belt, on a strap, it's fine. And again, the playability is phenomenal. The neck feels as good as any neck can feel. Everything you touch on it is just smooth as silk. When I'm playing it, you will hear very precise, very high output modern sounds. This is not a Les Paul. Going into the Artesound Vibrasound 2. And I have to dig back. Dig back? That's not a word. Well, I did fiddle around with the trem a little bit. Went out of tune. Right. Not subtle. I don't remember how to play this. But there, in the middle, that's right there. I could have practiced, but I didn't. It's a song by some guy. Oh, it went back into tune. So I'm gonna guess with a good setup, this isn't gonna be a problem. This comes right out of the factory. Unique sounds, thick. And again, you can boost this by hitting it. Okay, well, obviously, you want other amps than clean. We're going to go into the RedSeven on the vintage channel. Well, let's move on into something that makes a little bit more sense, which is the Soldano SLO100. Yeah, quick drop D not so happening because now all the other strings are off. So let's not do that. Because it's a free floating tremp. What you played with a JTM classic British thing, in this case the Morgan MVP66, probably not. This is going to be paired with a modern amp. JCM800? There's a very woolly kind of low end happening. I just turned on the Revv, so let's go into the Revv Generator 120 on the purple channel. I'm gonna say with that kind of sound, with those pickups, that guitar with those pickups, I would try it with your amp. It might be too much, they're really pushing. Let's do some leads just for fun. I'm just gonna go back into the vibra sound, gonna turn the Golden Boy on, and some effects here. There we go. Because I think Petrucci once in a while played a lead. A lot of top end there. This guitar's so unpredictable in a way. So it's really tough for me to say, because at this price point, you can buy a whole bunch of guitars. And you might want to look at a whole bunch of guitars before you settle on the cheaper. Is it lesser? I don't know. I wouldn't call it lesser. But on the Indonesian version of a very expensive guitar. However, if your mind is set on having a Petrucci Majesty that looks freaking bitchin', there simply is no option. Or there's the option with the not official DiMarzio pickups. But other than that, that's what you get. I think you get in the gig bag. No, I'm not even sure if there's a case for it. But I'd be making the case, get it? That it's utterly unique, and you don't have another choice on the market, because nothing is a Petrucci Majesty other than this Sterling and then the guitars that none of us can afford. It's fun when you play it. I've had it here several times. I had the real Majesty here several times, and they always go back to the distributor. I get paid for my videos, and once in a while I long for that feel of that neck. It stays in the back of my head. Like a year later, I can still feel what a Majesty feels like with. And once in a while I go like, oh, I wish I had one. Because nothing has the feel of the Majesty. So go play one. Maybe order yourself this guitar. See if it's for you. Send it back. If it's not, that's what the internet affords us. We can check things out. I think this will find some of you, and you will love it. And some of you will go like, not for me. It's a little bit too bitey, a little bit too aggressive. Look, what can I say? This thing, links below. Thank you to Sterling for letting me check it out. This is an unpaid video, by the way. It goes back. That's how it is. Links below. We'll put some animals at the end.
I went astray, but I could have become someday. Father, have I lost